Yo, welcome back to the Audio Theory Podcast. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button as well as the like button and check the description box for today's topics. What's good, Danny? How have you been?
I've been good, dude. Cannot complain. Life is good right now. I got a fresh cut, new shirt. Nigga dropped like 12 pounds since last episode, which is
nice.
Insane. I hope this
Wait,
is not gonna...
literally?
Literally, bro.
Oh, wow.
Like literally, like yo, when my barber cut my beard off, I'm like, oh wow, like it's just like more obvious, but dude, wild, fam. Like what I spoke about last week. Like so, last week Tuesday, I weighed in at like 243, and then when I woke up this morning, I was 231. Like,
wow,
a week later.
It's impressive.
Yeah, obviously, like clearly, a lot of it was water weight. But the thing is, like, because of the food I was eating, I was retaining all of it. So it's like,
yeah,
dude, like literally killing myself at the gym, fam. And it's like, dude, it doesn't make sense, bro. Like,
yeah.
But luckily, we also found out. So my girl's gonna do it too, because she's been like, you know, on the workout front. But she's also a blood type. So we were like, fuck, man, I'm gonna have to like cook my own food and you cook your own thing. But luckily, we're like the same blood type, so nice. That makes everyone's life easier, bro. So yeah, I'm excited, bro. I'm gonna be at Coachella, no shirt. Just fucking, glitter all over my body, just fucking right.
Yeah, I forgot that you have Coachella coming up. So
yeah, dude, fam, this is like why, like, I was like, fam, there's no way I'm going into April, like, not figuring out, like, well, either I'm starving myself for death for fucking 3 weeks straight, like, something, bro. But, abs, if I don't have abs by April 25th, someone fucked up. So,
yeah,
we're good. How about you, Ben? How you been?
Been all right. So this past weekend, my sister-in-law came in to visit.
Saw that
kind
nice.
of for her birthday. Yeah, it was cool. We just kicked it. Went to the park on Saturday, which was a fun little outing. Met up with some,
Park.
Yeah, Dolores Park.
Dude, such a nice setup there, bro. Like everyone vibing. So much like weed in the air, but like you don't know where it's coming from. Like,
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, there was a lot of people trying to sell shrooms at the park.
Oh wow.
Like,
okay.
People are like, do you want to open up your third eye and this and that? We're like, no, like we're trying to keep this relatively tame. Like it wasn't one of those days. But that place is so interesting because like it is hippie central and like the cops don't get involved. Like they leave people alone. They have way bigger fish to fry than like a couple joints here and there.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So that was cool. And then on not yesterday, but Sunday, we went to a Korean hip hop / R&B concert.
What artist?
I couldn't even tell you. I was just like, they weren't anyone like major as far as I'm concerned. So I just went, drank and like vibed out. I didn't do any research in advance or anything. I was like, whatever, live music, it'll be fun. Yeah. Which it was. It was dope.
Was it like when we saw like BTS, not BTS, Blackpink at Coachella? Like we didn't know any songs, but like the beats were all like really good.
Yeah. I mean, definitely not like pop centric, but
okay.
In terms of the beats, like they're new school, like super vibey, like just overall good sounding music. And the crowd was pretty diverse too. I was curious, like if it was going to be all Koreans, like or whatever the case was, but like at least in our section, it was pretty diverse. So I thought that was cool, especially for San Francisco. Like,
yeah,
I wouldn't really expect that.
So what was, when you say Korean, like was it Korean rap though, or is he like rapping in English? Does it happen to be like a Korean artist? Like how does that work?
A mix of both, but they were Korean artists, and there was a good amount of English, but Korean mixed in there too.
Got it.
So yeah.
Nice.
It was dope.
Nice. And you said you're all fun. You were telling me you're a week away from going back to the office. So how are you mentally preparing for that this week?
I mean, I was all right with it a few months ago, but like one of my coworkers pissed me off a couple different instances, but like more so this week. And obviously for the listeners, without the context, it won't really make sense.
Yeah. And we can get to
in any case, I made a suggestion and she kind of flipped out. Like it was random because the suggestion was not anything to flip out over. I was just like, hey, maybe we should reach out to this person. And she's like, well, like, I don't know what you expect from me. Like, I've been doing everything I can, blah, blah, trust me. Turns out she already reached out to this person and didn't CC me on the email. So of course I wasn't trying to come across as like, oh, you should, keep doing it. I was like, we haven't spoken to this person in a while. Maybe we should reach back out. And she took that as, oh, like I'm trying to micromanage and get her to just keep doing it. And I was like,
are you her leader?
No, we're at the same level.
Okay.
But anyways, I thought that situation was weird. And then she's the same one who made the black man superhero name comment. So overall, I'm just like, I saw this as a recurring theme on like TikTok and stuff, but a lot of black people especially have been saying working from home has been a relief because those microaggressions and weird moments that usually happen from small talk and shit like that don't happen quite as often because you're doing work, get straight to the point over Zoom, whereas in person that's where you have those awkward like water cooler conversations.
Yeah. Fuck, dude. I feel you, dude. So then how do you feel it mentally then? Are you like kind of dreading it then? Or just like, let's just see how it plays out?
Yeah, like mentally this week I was kind of like off. I was just like, man, I really got to go in. I mean, granted, it's only a couple of days, but still, it's those social interactions that I'm gonna have to get used to again.
Because you guys never actually. So once you joined, obviously it was during the pandemic, or at least this whatever world we're living in right now. You guys never actually. You never met up with them, right?
We met up a couple times.
Oh, you have? Okay, so I didn't realize you actually have met in person before. Yeah,
we met in person a couple times. So it won't be like completely new, but at the same time, I don't know, just once you're in the office, like the dynamic's a bit different. And it's always tricky. I don't know. I've never really been a big fan of the office. If anything, it was the happy hours and stuff that made it fun. But if your coworkers don't know how to like behave to anyone that's not white, or behave with anyone who's not white, and like just weird about it, then it just makes it awkward.
Yeah. No, dude, I 100%. That's like, I think anywhere. But yeah, I mean, obviously all we can do is be open-minded about it. So let's just see how it plays out. Cause I know I was dreading it too, but like there definitely were like nice synergy moments. And again, for you, like it's gonna be like your first day literally, because you never even sat at your desk, right? Like you didn't even know what your cubicle looks like.
I've been in the office once.
Oh, you have? Okay.
So that was like the same time when like it was basically a soft launch. Like my immediate team was like, let's go in the office for a couple hours and then go to lunch and then call it a day. Whereas next week it's gonna be like starting next week it's gonna be a every week thing. Yeah.
And obviously we won't say any names, but it was funny how like I think I sent you that Bloomberg article that was like said company is making it very easy for everyone to work from home except their own people. Like I was like, yo, fuck, I know for sure. Like my boy's been telling me.
Right. Yeah. That people have been talking about it ever since then. It's just funny how things like that work. But anyways, I mean, I'm definitely gonna like raise these issues just to get it out of the way. But at the same time, it is what it is. I'm just trying to make this bread so I can say peace out.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, speaking of bread and us being on our way, shout out to all almost 8,000 people that saw the last episode and over 200 comments in the comment section. So definitely appreciate the love. And if we can keep, giving you guys content to talk about, I mean, that's what the fuck we're trying to do. So we can all, get rich off this, or at least, enjoy our lives off this and not have to worry about people calling us weird racial superhero comments.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, we'll probably actually experience worse on the internet, but I'd rather...
We would experience worse, but it's okay. Like, I'm fine with it. Like, I'm fine with
it. Same here.
Awesome, dude. So, let's get into the week, bro. I mean, I guess a lot of things happened, but nothing crazy. Did you get it? I mean, you were at the concert. Did you get a chance to, like, watch, like, a Grammys recap by any chance?
Not a recap. It was kind of more so like reactions to it. I caught a glimpse of a couple performances here and there, but I didn't watch like start to finish or anything like that.
Yeah, dude, I watched the majority of it, and then I was like, I literally got bored, bro, and just like put on a TV show that I've been watching for a minute, like for the last hour, because like it was, dude, like maybe I had higher expectations after the Oscars, but like I don't know. To me, do you find what's his name for South Africa? Trevor Noah funny?
No, I mean he's entertaining. Funny as in like he's never said a joke, or like I've watched some of his stuff and I've never like busted out laughing. Like it's funny enough and clever, but like it's not the kind of humor I would pay to see if I were to put it that way.
Yeah, dude, and same. So that's how I feel like the entire because he hosted the entire Grammys. That's just how it felt, bro. It was just like, I guess this is funny, but like I'm not fucking like, can't breathe because like you're destroying it with jokes.
Yeah.
Like, it was never that, bro.
Right.
So I don't know, man. So it was just fine to me. I think there was a couple performances. I think Billie Eilish killed it, which was nice to see because I'm excited to see her at Coachella. But I don't know, bro. Like it was whatever. Like it was just whatever to me. But I do want to get into the award winners so we can see how we did. But before that, dude, what I didn't fucking like, and I don't know why this happened, like if we gone completely backwards, but dude, they didn't even televise Best Rap Album. Like that award was won like pre-show. Like a lot of the main hip hop awards were like pre-show, and the only one they actually televised was Best Rap Performance, which is the one that Baby Keem and Kendrick Lamar won for.
That's weird. Was that a normal thing? Was this always the case?
They used to always televise Best Rap Album. That's how we got the Tyler Creator,
right?
That moment, like, so it was just weird that, like, I was like, why the fuck are we finding out about this like an hour before fucking the show starts?
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, like I wonder if it's because when they found out that once they banned Kanye and then Kanye said he's not going, if they're like, well, in case he wins, we can't have, him not, like, I don't know. But bro, that's weird not to have Best Rap Album like televised.
Yeah, it's super strange. I mean, there definitely has to be some sort of reasoning behind that. I guess
I feel like Will Smith boycotted the Grammys like years ago because they were doing shit like that. So it's wild in 2022 like that would happen again.
Yeah, that's super strange. Now I'm curious. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, dude, please, because I was like, yo, how the fuck do they already know that Tyler won or whatever? So, But yeah, so let's go through the winners and losers, and then I think we actually did pretty good as like the show. But I would say the biggest winners, bro, dude, Silk Sonic won everything they were nominated for, bro. Like that's wild. Like I know it's Bruno Mars but did you ever listen to the album fully?
I did not. And I think for me, I don't know. I'm just like not the biggest fan of the like neo Motown type sounds.
Yeah. And
like it's exactly cool wedding type shit. But I don't know. It's just not like my cup of tea. I guess it almost feels like a cheap win, almost like the King Richard movie with Will Smith. I was actually talking to my dad about it. It's like it's an inspirational movie, and even though Will Smith may have performed mediocre, like it's kind of hard to be like this isn't gonna win it because you need to give them their flowers and everything. Whereas I feel like maybe a similar thing with Silk Sonic. It's like it's lovey-dovey, like old school feel music that requires like talent playing instruments and
extreme talent.
And just putting together like meaningful lyrics that make you feel good and stuff. I feel like it seems like a safe no-brainer accolade in a way.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, yeah, it's funny because like my boy played it one day when we were vibing in the backyard, and I was like, oh, this is pretty good. It just seems like too performative. I'm like, bro, like they don't really sing like this. You know what I mean? Like they're acting. Like where's like the normal R&B shit that we've been hearing from them like forever. So I was just like a body, like I don't know. It was weird. But yeah, dude, shout out to that. I think they were nominated for 4 awards and won the biggest one being Song of the Year. So yeah, dude, shout out to Record of the Year, sorry. And then, dude, Album of the Year we were both wrong, and this was like the one that the podcast took the biggest L for, was John Baptiste's album called We Are. Fam, I don't even know who John Baptiste is.
Yeah, I should have said that's who was gonna win it, because I feel like it's always the artist that no one knows who wins these types of awards.
This dude won 5 Grammys, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, dude, so I gotta peep that. I don't even know. It's sad that I don't even know what genre that is, like that he does.
Right. Didn't Kanye get pissed? Like, I forget what year it was, but a similar situation happened where like people hadn't heard of this artist at all, and he, I think, won over Kanye or something.
Oh,
I forget the dude's
people
name.
know who he is, but you're talking about Beck.
Yeah, Beck. They know who he is, but they were like, really? Like,
yeah, but I think it plays like 18 instruments though. So like,
Yeah.
that's
but I
like,
think that's where it's like hard
Yeah.
to say no, because like Silk Sonic, someone might argue that they're objectively way more talent than like Lil Baby and Doja Cat
Yeah.
combined or some shit. But at the end of the day, it's like, is the music that good and impactful and repeat worthy?
Right. Yeah, dude. That's why we'll get into a bit like why I think it makes sense that people are like boycotting this shit. But
Yeah.
all right, those are the ones we took the biggest L on. But everything else, I think we as a pod did very well. So let's go to the hip hop awards. So best rap album, you thought was gonna go to Donda. I voted for Tyler the Creator. So Tyler won back-to-back rap albums of the year, bro. Like that's, bro.
Yeah.
That dude's price, those concert tickets are going to be insane next album, bro, because that is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm impressed and happy for him. I think he's kind of been the underdog in a lot of ways for quite some time, just being considered like the weirdo of rap. I mean, people still consider him that, but for someone to go against the grain like he has and reach these heights is impressive. Some may even argue that, similar to what we were just talking about with these other guys, like, oh, they're just giving it to him because it's more risk taking involved and things like that. But I think genuinely, like, he is like a true artist, and I'm not surprised, I guess you could say. Like, Donda and everything else was great, but
Donda and everything else was great. I think if CLB was also nominated, like, still, I mean, the fact that he beat J. Cole and King Disease 2 by Nas, like, that was, it just lets you know how, like, that's a quality fucking album, bro. Like, I was never like, I picked him for, I could do this guy's fucking talented as fuck. I will say though, a dope moment, Nas performed, but it was almost like a, like, Hall of Fame performance, that it wasn't just like new shit. Like, he did melodies, like all his bangers. So it was like a nice like 5 minutes of like everyone just giving respect to him. So that was a cool moment that if you see the recap for that, definitely.
Yeah, I saw it. And I was thinking to myself, well, not all of it, but I saw some of it, and I was thinking to myself, like, what is it with these rappers? Like, once they reach, this like billionaire type status, they all get the dreads.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is, but I guess that's like the symbol of success now, is getting those dreads.
Yeah, it's like saying I don't care enough to get my hair done every week. Right. As I wear like a $50,000 suit. I don't care. All right, so we got best rap album correct. You got this right. I picked Family Ties again. I thought Family Ties was gonna win everything, but for best rap song, you correctly picked Jail by Kanye and Jay-Z. So another win for the pod. We both got this right. Best rap melodic performance, that went to Hurricane, Kanye West featuring Weeknd and Lil Baby. Like, bro, that's a no-brainer, that fucking song. And then they get apparently the biggest, because it was the only one televised. Apparently the biggest rap award of the night was best rap performance. And the nominees were Up by Cardi B, My Life, J. Cole, Dot Shit, Megan Thee Stallion. The funny thing is, bro, when they got to that song on TV, all they said was stop. Like, they didn't say anything.
It's just funny hearing that in the lineup with the rest of these songs.
Bro, and then, but the winner was Family Ties, Baby Keem, and Kendrick Lamar, bro. That's a massive win, bro. For your first album, and like, that song was a banger, but it wasn't like it was like charting, or like, I mean, I don't listen to radio like that, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like it wasn't like, you have to like really love hip hop to even know about Baby Keem like that. So like, it's dope that like that got that kind of love.
Do you, as I was thinking about this, and I don't want to take any credit away from Baby Keem, but do you think if Kendrick isn't on this, like, this is even a conversation, like that song?
I think so, dude, because everything even before Kendrick even hops on the verse is like fire. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I enjoy it before it even gets to Kendrick, so that's why.
Or like, I guess more so the moment, because I think when the song came out, Kendrick had been like MIA for the longest time, and then when the news comes out that he's gonna be on the song at all, and it has the little thing at the end where he's talking about didn't he say some shit like top 2 hit up my girl or something? So I'm just wondering, it's not even necessarily him being on the song, but like just the buzz around it all.
No, that's a fair point, bro. Because I mean, most of this, like, it's almost like winning a campaign. Like, to win these awards, you almost have to build it up before you ever get to this. So yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, dude, I'm sure that had to be like 30% of it, to be honest, because that song just had so much weight because it was the only time we ever heard Kendrick the entire year, if you think about it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's a great point. So, but yeah, a great look for Baby Keem. His price is definitely going up. He's going to be at Coachella, so I'm excited about that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's going to be there on Friday. Dude, Ye dropped out, which sucks. He dropped out thus far. Dude, I would love if they make Tyler the headliner for Sunday. Like, bro, that would be everything for me.
I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if they pull out some sort of last minute surprise to like make up.
Dude, but it has to be hip hop, bro, because the other 2 days are just like Billie Eilish and Harry Styles.
Yeah.
You got to have a hip hop guy closing that bitch out. Like,
that's why I feel like there's got to be something up their sleeves to make up for it.
But then the thing is, like, all these dudes, again, no one's gonna turn down massive bags, but like all these dudes are boys with Ye. So it's like they may be like, nah, fam, we're not gonna take that. Like, if you don't want him, then you're not gonna get us either. Kind of. Yeah. I can see that happen.
But Ye's not protesting it, right? He's just not doing it.
Well, he's choosing not to do it though. So I'm like, but my thing is like, I
feel like he's, as a billionaire, he wouldn't be like, oh, you can't get a bag.
Yeah, dude, but I feel like it also falls in the category is like, if I break up with a chick because I don't like her anymore and you date her, I'm still gonna feel some kind of way, you know? So like, I feel it's kind of like, just because I don't want to do it, but like, man, that's my spot. Like, don't fucking, out of respect, don't do it this year. Like maybe next year, but like literally, if it's like this year in 3 weeks, like don't take that spot. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like in my head like that, but I can see a lot of these guys like turning it down. But dude, it's Tyler. I don't think there's anyone else who's big enough to take that spot besides him right now. Yeah,
I was thinking, in terms of who's at that level, Travis came to mind, but I don't think that's going to happen because and
also he was meant to be, and Kanye was meant to bring him out.
Oh, okay. Yes, either way, I don't think that's going to happen. Do you think J. Cole is like a possibility?
I don't know, bro. I don't think. Dreamville Fest was just happened last week, and that shit looked fucking bananas. I definitely went to that shit one day in our lives, but I don't know. I don't. It doesn't scream Coachella to me for some reason.
Right.
And then Little Baby's already there.
They gotta pull out something.
They gotta pull out something, bro. For real, dude. But we'll see. I'm sure. It's gonna be fire regardless. But that was definitely a punch to the dick. I'm like, as he kept getting banned from more shit, I was like, bro, watch this nigga like, fuck.
Right.
But it is what it is, bro. But another couple comments on the Grammys that it kind of makes sense why people really don't fuck with it that much anymore, bro. So one thing that really I hated during obviously all these shows, which I love. Side note, they always pay respect. If it's the Oscars, the Grammys, the Emmys, they always pay respect to artists who have passed away from that previous year, right? So they gave respect to Virgil, which was phenomenal. But they put hip hop fashion designer as his thing.
Yeah.
It's like, fam, bro, like, why do you always have to like make it that?
Yeah. And it's always tricky in those situations because it's like, obviously he's mostly known by like the hip hop crowd, or at least like celebrated a lot by the hip hop crowd. But the average viewer is gonna assume he's just making like crummy little t-shirts here and there or some shit, and hasn't like accomplished way more than like a white or non-urban designer.
Designer, period. You know what I mean? Like, that's my thing, bro. Like, this guy was the head of men's fashion for Louis Vuitton.
Right.
Like, not Louis
That's
Vuitton.
What they should have put there. Fuck any like generic headline, like head designer of Louis Vuitton.
But he was also so many other things as well, right? He still had his own brand, Off-White. Like, it should have been fashion icon.
Yeah.
And
that would have been a great title.
You know what I mean? Like fashion, like as opposed to like hip hop designer, dog. Like, come on, man. It reminds me of like all those times, like they when they put like those category like best urban song. It's like or like best song, my dude. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's not. You know what I mean? So that's just like disappointing, bro. And I just like more times I feel like the Black community, Hispanic, like looks at these guys like, yo, really? Like, you're still doing shit like this? Like, why can't we just get like the title we deserve? Why does it have to be like, yeah, we'll give it to you, but we have to put this like connotation before it?
Yeah. Yeah, totally agree. And I feel like in general, a lot of people are trying to stray away from these titles. Like you'll see more and more rappers who are kind of doing a lot of different things and they just want to be called an artist, not like a rapper or lyricist. I guess if you're a hardcore lyricist, like let's say, I don't know, Benny the Butcher or something, like I feel like those guys would
they want to be called
that.
Yeah.
Like I'm a hardcore MC, like I really do this shit. Whereas, you know, the Post Malones and like people like that don't want to be boxed into these categories. I'm sure Tyler doesn't really want to, like, because there's obviously stereotypes around these different titles. And I think at least the words hip hop and urban kind of diminish how big, you know, the impact of that these people have had.
Bro, Virgil pretty much ran Nike for the past like 5 years. Like anything important from Nike to come out was a Virgil design. So like to just diminish that to like, oh, he was only like, because it just feels like this important person died. Clearly we're bringing him up at this platform, but he was very important to just hip hop. And like, that's not fair, bro. Like he was important to like the entire world of music and fashion. But if you're going to acknowledge the fact, like, I feel like it says, you know, Virgil Abloh, fashion icon, rest, like that's the thing, bro. It can't be hip hop designer, bro. That's fucking a slap in the face, to be honest.
And it makes me question how much research like these committees or, you know, what the review process is like for all this stuff, because it seems very like careless and last minute almost. I'm just like, how did these things get approved?
Yeah, dude, totally. And it's like, that seems so rushed, but then other things seem so well thought out. You know, like they had, for example, just, you know, it's like before like every major artist came out, someone in their like tour team introduced them. So like say like Billie Eilish would perform, like the head of her like makeup came out and introduced her, right? So they're trying to be like woke, like, yo, we want to show light on everyone who makes this artist look amazing, which I'm like, oh, that's a thoughtful thing to do, right? And so you do that, and then you fuck up with shit like this. It's like, bro, come on. Like, this is, I feel like the Virgil one's the easy one. You know what I mean? Like, bro, just like, how, like, I don't know, man. It's just like, so I can see how the hip hop community is like trying to like, I don't know what's the other alternative besides the Grammys, but like giving the side eye, like, you know, bro, we don't really fuck with y'all anymore like that.
Yeah. I also wonder if like on the flip side, if some people see it differently in the sense of where he's accomplished a lot and is an icon, and we want to align him with hip hop to give like hip hop its credit or something, like in a way, to be like, oh, he's one of ours, and like hip hop is bigger than you guys are making out to be. I don't know if that like
maybe, and also because it was the Grammys, so they have to like align it to some kind of genre.
Yeah, like maybe. What's the significance of this kind of thing to music?
Yeah, I mean, he probably fucking has been designing everyone's clothes there who's been going there for the last, like, you know, like forever. But yeah, I mean, I guess, bro, to give him like some kind of devil's advocate. But I don't know, it just seemed like a little bit dismissive. That's probably like one of the most influential people we've had in like culture for the last like 7 years. So yeah, that was one beef. And then, yo, someone else posted this shit, and I was like, yo, I had to take a screenshot of it because it was just like wild to me. In 2013, these were the albums nominated for Album of the Year. All right, for Rap Album of the Year. Sorry, Drake, Nothing Was the Same. Most people say that was his best out body of work till this day, right? I say that. I think you also agree, right?
My favorite's actually, if you're reading this now, it's too late, right?
Oh yeah. Okay, cool. That's fair. Jay-Z, Magna Carta, Holy Grail. All right.
I love that.
Great album, right? Yeah. And the impact it had, I was already, if you had a Samsung phone, you already had it before anyone else. It went platinum in like literally 10 seconds.
I definitely downloaded that shit.
Exactly, impactful. Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City.
Wow.
Bro, banger.
Classic.
Bro. Classic. Yeah. Kanye West, Yeezus. Kanye gives us a whole different sound that we've never heard before in hip hop.
Mm-hmm. Definitely not one of my favorite Kanye's at all, but definitely better than a lot of what's out in general because it's Kanye.
Right, but impactful though. Like impact to hip hop and just music in general. Like that made people think like, oh, we can really rap over any kind of beat as long as there's some kind of cleverness to it, right?
Right.
So Drake, Jay-Z, Kendrick, and Kanye with classics. And the winner for Best Rap Album was The Heist, Macklemore and Ryan Lewis.
Wow. How did I even miss this? Like, was that the year when Macklemore
Sorry,
like
2014. 2014.
Okay. Was that the same year that Macklemore like texted Kendrick or whatever and said he's sorry for winning or some shit?
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, that's literally like robbery.
Yo.
Like how? That's just impossible. We should have boycotted this shit long ago. But
that's what I'm saying.
That is literally theft. I don't understand how that went through.
Yeah, bro. So now when I see Drake getting pissed and Kanye, like, I kind of get it, bro. Like, they do these subtle jabs at like the culture in general, and then shit like that also happens again. And then no disrespect to Cardi B, but when she won Best Album and she beat out Travis and fucking Nipsey, it's like, come on, bro, really? Like, you don't really believe that was the best album, you know? So shit like that, it's just like, again, and I know Macklemore had pop hits, like, bro, those songs were on the radio.
Yeah, but they weren't impactful.
They weren't impactful, bro. And if you're gonna like truly define for rap what our best album of the year was, you can't tell us it was that, bro, because I know for a fact I didn't buy that fucking album. Like, I may have downloaded 2 like top singles because like I couldn't not hear those songs, but bro, that's a slap in the face, bro. So I really think the Grammy been fucking with people for a while, bro. I think like with so many different platforms now and people just choosing like, yo, fuck these awards, I'll just get the record sales or the tour glory. I think we're gonna see more people pivoting to just like, you know what, nominate me if you want. I might remove my name from the whole thing, and I'm not gonna show up to your award show. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it really is gonna take a lot of these bigger artists to put their foot down and just boycott it. Unfortunately, like this, otherwise this isn't really going to change, because anyone who hasn't won a Grammy is going to want one, because there's nothing like your price going up when your Wikipedia page says Grammy nominated, even Grammy winner, whatever the case is. Like, it still has a huge impact on your career and perception. Everyone's going to want to work with you. So yeah, unless like all the Drakes and Jay-Z's and whoever just don't show up to the point where it's just dry and the ratings are down and nobody gives a shit anymore.
I mean, the ratings been down, bro. Them ratings gonna keep plummeting. Like,
but it's sad. Like, even though I was at the concert, like, I still didn't really have much of a desire to watch. Like, I didn't feel like there was nothing that.
Bro, I was literally watching. It was like, why am I watching this? Like, it's just doing nothing for me.
Right. And the reactions I saw after, like, didn't even entice me to watch it. I mean, granted, there wasn't moments where someone went on stage and slapped the shit out of the host, but at the same time, there wasn't like, some phenomenal once in a lifetime performance necessarily, or, crazy unexpected wins that like were well deserved. Everything was pretty much cookie cutter. I feel like even though Tyler, some people may not have expected him to win, I was like, oh, this makes sense. And we predicted pretty much everything else. So I'm just like, what really is there to look for? Yeah,
dude. Spot on, bro. So I'm excited to see, I'm intrigued to see how next year's Grammys, like, that lead up is. Because I think, bro, you look around the room, there's no Weeknd there's no Kanye, there's no Drake, there's no Jay-Z. And like, not even, like, these dudes don't even care, bro. Like, don't care. So yeah, interesting, bro. But it's still relevant. Again, you said people's prices go up. They love putting it on their Wikipedia page. Shout out to Kanye and Jay-Z. They both have 26 Grammys.
Wow. Yeah, shit. If I had that many, I would find it hard to care.
Yeah, dude. And like those videos, remember like back in the day where like, Drake's drinking out of his Grammy. There's a video of 2 years ago of Kanye pissing on his.
Yeah.
There's one of Jay-Z's daughter drinking like out of it, like with like a fucking like sippy cup. So it's like,
just toys at this point for them.
Yeah, it's just toys for them. But again, I get, dude. If Gunna won one, like that would be like a dope moment for him that we would obviously, all be talking about. Like I said, we just said like it's a massive moment for Baby Keem. So yeah, I guess it's the balance of like, are we just gonna have like a hip? Because my thing is like, the obvious thing is like, do we need a hip hop show that actually takes care of a culture correctly? People would say we have that with the BET Awards, But fam, I also don't think anyone in the culture really takes that shit seriously as well.
No, they don't. And that's why I'm like, a lot of these guys are like, oh, let's start our own Grammy award show or whatever. But it's going to take like hundreds of years, dozens to earn the respect of the general public, get the viewership. Like, I don't think anyone's running out to like work with a BET nominated artist. Like, that doesn't really hold any weight at all.
No.
So I don't know if it'll ever change. I think the best people can do is try to just reap the benefits from it and get what they can. But if they don't win, they just have to, realize that this shit is basically rigged for the most part. And
it's really like a popularity contest or like a campaign, like I was saying earlier. So but again, shout out to the winners, and again, also shout out to the people who like, you know what, fuck this place, so I'm gonna boycott it. So each their own. But I definitely wanted to bring up something that you brought up offline. You wanted to talk about. Speaking of Ye, the new Joyner Lucas song / video. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it, and then we'll do reactions.
For sure. So yeah, this was kind of unexpected, this music video. I'd say I'm a pretty big fan of Joyner's music in general. I'm not like familiar with his entire catalog, but every now and then he'll come with a song that impresses me. I know a lot of people think he's corny. I feel like he's one of the artists that may sometimes do the like preachy lyrical miracle stuff, but in a more digestible way than a lot of the other artists that people might compare him to, like Eminem or something, where like they're literally just rhyming words as fast as they fucking can. Like, I think Joyner has a lot of bangers, and it seems like he just really pays attention to the art when it comes to the music videos. In terms of this one, I don't know, I just really like the flow and like the flowers that he gave Ye. Sometimes I'm like, is there an ulterior motive? Is he trying to do this just to get a fucking collab or something? Because he did that shit with, I don't know if he did that, planned that with the Will Smith song, but I'm sure after Will Smith reached out to him, he was like, oh shit, who do I want to work with? Let me make a song about him. Let's see where this shit goes. So I don't know.
It's almost like literally audio theory logic. Like, all right, who can we talk about? Let's tag him in the post and see if we can on the podcast.
Can't give away our secrets. So that I've heard a couple people mention that. So I'm not sure if you felt the same way, but I thought that was an interesting theory, especially because of the whole MJK rant. I don't know if he was trying to come off as crazy like Kanye and then be like, oh, I'm actually, just like him, and you should hop on a song with me. But overall, I thought it was a dope video.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed the video. What's funny is that everyone go check the video out. Again, Ye's Not Crazy by Joyner Lucas. Before they got to like the final verse where it's like a different visual, I was thinking, is whoever's under the mask trying to be Kanye, if they're gonna do that like Photoshop video thing where it looks like Kanye, but it's not Kanye, like it's someone else. Cause like I was like, bro, like it's like at some point, like, is this going to be illegal? Like, people can just like make any video they want, and it's not really that person. You know what I mean? So it's funny that he ended up doing that, because I was like, oh, okay, like this is exactly where I thought this was going. So that was like pretty cool. But the song was dope. I feel like this nigga literally just saw like he binged the entire Kanye documentaries. Like, yo, I got to make a song about this guy because like I'm so inspired. That's how I took it. Like, I took it as more like I just saw him. This 3-hour documentary. I'm super inspired. My boy just got canceled from the Grammys. I gotta, let him know that I support him. Blah blah blah. That's how I took it.
Yeah. I think that's definitely probably what happened. And it wasn't like, when I listened to the lyrics, it wasn't like a Dick Ryder song. It was just. I thought it was a clever, a take on just Kanye's persona, but he had unrelated stuff in there too. I like the beat switch up and just the scenery of the Donda stage or whatever. And I don't know, he's just really good at making tributes or commentary on like social issues and stuff that don't come across as too try hard, like some of the other like really lyrical newer artists are doing, how they're doing it.
I agree, bro. And also, like, dude, for an independent artist, because that's obviously what he considers himself still, right? So, for independent artists, yo, that video, you can tell, like, fam, he got money, bro. Like, because, yo, he got money, bro. Like,
yeah. I was like, yeah, this shit probably costs a few million to like put together something.
Facts, bro. Like, this thing got money, fam. So, like, whatever he's doing, like, we can call him corny. I know I've been, have said in the past, but I did actually very much enjoy the song and the visuals. But yeah, dude, whatever he's doing, whatever like niche market him and like Russ and like have tapped into, like, bro, do you, fam? Because that shit is clearly working for yourself. Because, bro, this nigga got money. That's how
right.
That shit was very
that's
obvious.
why I'm like, damn, like, what more do you need? Because I think he just really like he's conquered everything. Like, I think he's co-owner of some music software company. I forget the name, but
is it Tully? Is that the name?
Yeah, Tully.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's raking in money, and then he's independent. I think at this point he just wants
like,
the respect.
Yeah, exactly. He got the J. Cole co-sign, which was a great look, right? Like but then like people could say like, fam, like J. Cole would like you because he's also kind of weird and corny, but he's just like the very best. So like we look at him in a different light. So I think he wants like a mainstream hip hop like pedigree person to like, we like him too. So
yeah,
I think that's why he's still trying so hard. But whatever he's doing, bro, I hope he doesn't like lose sleep over it because clearly he set up himself, his family for years to come. And again, dude, that video when I peeked today had already like 1.5 million views. So like, clearly he's doing fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested also if like Ye will ever respond because I mean he shouted out Jack Harlow like for that one video, Nail Tech, I think it was called. Whereas this one's like a blatant recreation of damn near everything Kanye has been doing for the past couple months.
Exactly the same.
Yeah.
So
he even had that weird ass like monster truck thing.
Yeah, that's my point. Like, bro, that's just not cheap. Like, that's a custom. Like, bro, I'm like, why do you just have this as a prop? Like, the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So, shout out to him. It's a great song. Go peep it. Again, Ye's Not Crazy by Joyner Lucas. But, dude. I was impressed by that. So, if I hear more shit like that, I wouldn't mind listening to an entire album. But I feel like there's been times where, like, I play, like, 3 or 4 of his songs in a row. Mm-hmm. And, like, even with this song, bro, like, midway, because the hook is so well done, it kept me engaged. But midway, I'm like, what are you even rapping about? You know what I mean? Like, what are we even talking about this fucking song?
Yeah, I can see that. And I think that's what the biggest criticism about the quote unquote lyrical miracle people is. You're just like, all right, what is the point? Whereas with some of the street rappers who are arguably less talented lyrically, like at least they're beefing with this person, or like they're talking about the time they used to sleep on the couch and sold 20 bricks or whatever. Even if it's like there's no substance there, it's easy for people to know what's going on. The lyrical shit, like no one really wants to pull out a thesaurus or dictionary and put the pieces to the puzzle together. Like no one really has that attention span anymore.
Dude, not at all, bro. Like not at all. Like it's funny you say that's a great segue. I was gonna bring this up, but like I saw the Wiz documentary on Sunday, the rolling paper. So they do a great job of, I guess they have like documentation for like since like he started till now. And like, dude, I remember when rolling papers came out like back in 2010. Like, bro, that's all we listened to for like 7-8 months straight. Mm-hmm. Bro, there is no hip hop album in 2022 that you're listening to for 7 months straight. Like it is, dude, Jay-Z can drop literally a classic tomorrow. We're moving on by May. Bro,
that's a great point. Yeah, there's so many projects that were heat of the weeks for me. And like, even when I scroll past them, I'm like, why? Like, I already heard this shit 5 times. Like,
but it's like, why would I play it again? Like, why am I? Same.
Right.
No, I feel you, dude. Like, I feel you. Like, dude, like the Denzel Curry thing. I was like, I was at the gym. I'm like, I'd already bumped this like 4 times. Like, I'm not really like, there has to be something else I can listen to, as opposed to like, I'm telling you, like rolling papers, When Drake dropped If You're Reading This Is Too Late, bro, I would fucking repeat.
Mm-hmm.
Like now it's like, yo, what dropped on Friday? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
exactly. And it doesn't even have, like, I think I'm just addicted to that first, one or two listens where you really fuck with the song.
Yeah.
And then by like, a week or two goes by, you just can't recreate that feeling. I think you can only really do it, like recreate it, if I don't know, let's say you're in a pub at a party or some shit, and like you want to show it to other people and get their reaction, or you simply want to bump it. But like if you're just doing something mundane, like chilling in your office or going to the gym, like it's just really hard to get back into that zone.
Yeah, that's a great point, the outside aspect of it, because I know, like, for example, when I go to Coachella, like, I go like maybe to a lounge here. Like if they play a song that I fuck with heavy, I'm like, oh fuck, other people like it too. Like that's like, you get something. But yeah, you're right. If it's just like me in my car, I'm like, bro, I can't listen to shit for the 30th time on this drive home. Like there's no fucking way. So yeah. So it's interesting to see, like, if we're ever gonna, go back to some kind of medium where like we have more of attention span, bro, because we have gotten like quality bodies of work, bro, this last like year or so. And it's just like, all right, whatever, bro. Like we're going to be literally on Donda 3 by the end of the year. And it's just like, bro, how did we get here so fast? like right. You know what I mean? Like, like why couldn't we just like enjoy Donda, for like another year or so? So that's like, yeah, dude, it's wild. It's just wild how we just like don't care, or we do care, but we just move on so quickly.
Do you think it matters on whether or not the artist is known to put out a ton of work? Like if Kendrick releases tomorrow, do you think, well, I guess you already made that point with Jay-Z, but if Kendrick releases tomorrow, do you think we'll be as quick to dismiss it if we like it?
That's a great point, bro. Because Jay-Z is different. Jay-Z is like already like, we already consider him retired. So it's like when it drops, like it's like, let's enjoy it, but like
there's no question on like
right.
Yeah.
Whereas with Kendrick, like we're not really sure. Like, is he gone? Like, is this going to be the last thing? So I think with him, like he's probably the only person who could grab the attention for longer than the norm. But even like him, like I don't think whatever he drops next is going to get the attention span that Damn got. Because go back to Damn, it was 2017. TikTok wasn't around yet. So I don't think we were on this like, let's move on to the next thing yet. You know what I mean? And again, I say TikTok because like TikTok literally is just like, give me a minute of entertainment and what's next? I think that's really where like the entire world is fucking at right now. Like, all right, give me a body of work. All right, what's next? Like that's so I think he'd probably be the best at it, bro. But think about it, like even like, dude, J. Cole's album, like, fam, we just moved on from that shit. Like, it was the talk of the town for a week. It was like, oh, he had a Cameron feature and, blah. And then, dude, like, we just moved on. Like, it was like, yo, thanks for dropping an album. Like, you're great, but we don't care anymore. So, I think Kendrick would be the only one. But even that, bro, it's not going to be what it was before.
Yeah, it's crazy that we've reached this point. We just have so many new artists coming out, so many new songs, and a lot of the new artists are good, and then there's artists who are like passable enough for you to want to listen to them, who may not be the next Drake or J. Cole, but they might have one single you fuck with, and then you're just like constantly looking for that next thing like a drug. And I've heard a lot of songs on TikTok and on YouTube videos and stuff, and I'll bump up, even if I love it, I'll bump it heavy for 4 or 5 days, and then I'm like just done with it.
Dude, but I wanted to ask you this because, like, speaking of like new artists, like what you just mentioned, I think they did a thing like on Spotify recently. I know you know this information. Yo, how much money if you hit like 50,000 streams on a song? Like, how much do you get paid off that?
I'd have to double check. I think 50,000 streams. I think it's like 0.001 per stream or some shit. So 50,000, you probably, I don't know. You might get fucking $5.
That's crazy, dog.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. That's why when like these guys get all preachy about like being independent, it's like, fam, I'll try, but fuck, bro. You know how many listeners they need to get to even like pay rent this month? like fuck, like this month. Like, so that's why I wonder. Like, I was watching like the Grammys, and I read that article. Like, they were just talking about like, oh, you know, I think Spotify was boasting, oh, we had these many artists that still, and I'm like, bro, but they still didn't make any money. So like, like that's.
But the thing that trips me out.
What? Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that I think the thing that trips me out though is I've been on YouTube and heard like, I don't know, like lo-fi beat producers who are like, I quit my job and obviously they're not touring because they're not an artist. And he's like, oh, I make all my money from streaming. And I'm just like, how? Like, I've fucking made like $20 in the past like 2 years. Granted, I don't have millions of streams, but I'm like, shit, how's this sustainable?
Yeah. But again, clearly people are doing this. I don't want to like poo-poo because I don't like, I think we both get fucked up sometimes that we get caught up in the how as opposed to like what you're trying to do and like focus on what and why you want to do it. And then the how will just kind of take care of itself. But I know there has to, which is why I'm glad we have like up and coming artists on the pod, you know, every month to talk about their journey. Like when we had Matt on it, like it was cool to have someone who's like, oh, this is my full-time job and I make beats or I make, you know, lyrics for other people and like Joey shared as well. But fam, bro, like I know there's other artists like, yo, I feel like I'm talented, but like how am I gonna eat? You know what I mean? Like if I go all in this shit, like I gotta get 1 million fucking streams to make what a couple grand? Like what is that gonna do for me, bro? Like
it's wild. And I think I don't know, I feel like behind the scenes there's probably a lot of other revenue streams that are making these guys money, like merch, I think was one big one, or like they'll license their song to like some TV show or some shit. Because a lot of these independent guys too are saying like touring isn't even necessary for half of them. And I follow quite a bit of these guys who have niche fan bases, like not even talking about like a Joyner, like these guys have like 20 Instagram followers and like consistently put out music, but I know for a fact they're not going on big ass tours and stuff. So in my mind, I'm like, they have to be making money from like merch and other things, because at least based on my experience, Spotify isn't enough to just like sustain your career forever.
Yeah, I mean, or we would think, right? I'm sure there's gonna be like a code that's cracked and like people start sharing that. But yeah, it's just interesting because I literally had that thought reading that article. I was like, yo, like how many thousands of millions streams you need to have to make how much? Like, bro, like kudos to the guys who actually break through as independent artists, bro. But I can also see like why people want to sign to a major. Like, yes, maybe they're signing their life away, but dude, at least I'm getting guaranteed money and fuck, dude, like whatever they take off the top, like, you know, at least they can like promote me aggressively and they're going to force like Apple and Spotify to play my shit and all the playlists and stuff because, bro, like I feel like if you're like a complete up and comer and like you have no career, you know what I mean? And you're just saying, I'm going all in, that shit has to look like you're at the bottom of Everest. You're like, how the fuck am I getting up there?
Yeah, it's definitely, it seems like it would be a terrifying thing, which is why I commend artists who like drop everything to pursue this. Cause I mean, for me, I haven't done that. Obviously still have like a day job and everything, but I can't imagine how I would be able to like sustain this without already being an established artist. Like, it just doesn't seem possible. And I imagine most of these guys do have side gigs, or maybe they aren't music, but like Matt or whoever else, they're like selling beats and writing hooks and stuff. I feel like that's what most of these guys are doing. It's like
they'll figure out a way to use the internet to still leverage. Like you're still in the industry, but maybe it's not like just you being the artist and that's your only thing. I mean, you got to hustle and figure it out until you get there, right? But again, people are doing it. I don't want this to come like, the negative part of audio theory, because like obviously, like I want you to do this one day. So like I know you're going to, but it's just interesting, like looking at the numbers only, and it's like, holy fuck, bro! Like it's just like to make money, it just feels like you have to be like, you have to have like Kanye type streaming from like, and you only have like 3 songs out. Like how the fuck is that possible? You know what I mean? Like like how do you expect that from us?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. And I'm curious to, as we do more interviews and stuff, ask questions about this, because I don't know if we ever really got into it too much with some of the other guys. I know all of them obviously for the most part, I think they said they weren't really concerned about the numbers and stuff, but obviously it's a huge revenue stream for bigger artists. So I'm curious what the numbers actually look like for some of these guys.
Yeah, and I think YouTube pays better than from what I've seen. So yeah, I'm sure they're figuring out. But yeah, that was definitely interesting, my dude. Yeah. All right, bro. Anything else you wanted to bring up? Rapper's funeral at the club with corpse. You want to bring that one up?
I thought that was a funny one. I thought it was gonna be funny when you read that shit because it just sounds wild. But we could get into it briefly. So
I think it's that straightforward. A rapper died and they brought his dead corpse to a body and he was standing upright, right?
Yeah. Yeah, his name is Gunu. And essentially his family, I believe his mom actually said like this is what he would have wanted. And they had him like dripped out, like it looked like he was performing, but he was obviously just stiff and posted up on stage, and people in the club were celebrating as if, you know, he was really there. And a lot of people obviously thought this was creepy and disrespectful and weird.
I think weird, yeah, because I come from a Hispanic culture. Like I've seen news segments where like in New York where like, you know, a family had like a ceremony at the household, but like the person who died is like sitting in a chair, and he's like Yankee fitted on, gold chain, and it's like, all right, bro, we get what you're doing, but are we really respecting the dead by doing this, you know?
Yeah. I'm in the corner, like you said, like of it being weird, not really disrespectful, because like, who am I to judge like how someone wants to pass or be remembered? Like,
especially if he like told people that's how I want to go out. Like,
right. Yeah. If he said that too, then more power to them. Maybe I just find it more weird for the random people who wanted to come and like see it. And
yeah. Like what's cover charge? It's like $20. You go see your boy. like what's happening?
Yeah. That aspect of it's weird. I guess people are kind of turned off by it, not necessarily only because there's like a dead body there, but also because it kind of has this tone of clout chasing. Like, oh, we're gonna hit the news cycle with this and blow his name up.
One last thing before he like is out of here.
Especially in this era, everything can be considered as clout. I mean, we were just talking about the Ye video, and that could have been just the most genuine piece of work that Joyner wanted to write, but to some people it's going to look like clout chasing. So
yeah, and dude, I don't know this dude's name. I know he was down with XXXTentacion. That Asian, he's from Miami. Yeah, and he like Trunks. Shot himself.
Kid Trunks.
Or pretended to get shot or something like that.
He basically slipped and fell and then said he got shot. Like he claims like his mask cut his throat, and then he of course wanted to make it more dramatic, so he told people he got shot. He lied about cancer, and people knew he was lying because like 2 weeks after he announced it, he's like, I'm cancer free. We're like, damn, bitch, like, do you have the cure? Like, how did this happen?
You got Magic Johnson money?
Yeah. Right. And then he had like screenshots allegedly of Billie Eilish telling him to get better. It wasn't even like there weren't any messages. It was like, you know, when you FaceTime, there's the little square of the person you're speaking to. It was just clearly photoshopped from like one of her lives. And he's like, thanks, Billie, love you for reaching out. And like fake text from Kanye saying to come through to the Donda 2 like event. Just a lot of back-to-back clout chasing. And he finally admitted that he lied about everything and blamed it on drugs, essentially.
And he's like, I need help, you know, pray for me. Yeah, that bullshit. Mental
it's like the victim thing. I mean, it might be real, but at the same time, it's like you seem like you knew exactly what you were doing.
And because people like knew you were lying, it's like, oh, my bad. Yeah, I need help. Yeah.
Exactly. So that shit was strange.
Yeah, dude, clout chasing. It's always been a real thing. Like always. Yeah. I think it's just so much. It's so easier now to identify liars that it's like appalling. You know what I mean? Because back in the day, like people were doing this in the newspapers too. You know what I mean? Like making up stories, paying, you know, the local New York Post or LA Post to run a, you know, a story for them, blah, blah, blah. But this shit is like, bro, out of control.
Yeah. Like, yeah. There's a whole Instagram page dedicated to it. I heard called Rappers Down Bad. And they basically
just like exposing people?
Yeah, just all kinds of shit, like being broke, you know, being willing to do anything to promote some shitty NFT, just fake shit, like desperate fake shit. And it's sad that we've reached this point where like everyone has to be super lit from the get-go and like is just obsessed with that.
Yeah, like you can't even like try to come up. It's like you got to go from like, to my point, you got to go from like 0 to like Kanye level like that. And like, bro, that's like the documentary showed you that shit takes years, you know? Like, so yeah, dude, it's sad. But again, it's the original one, The Corpse, like if that's what he wanted, his family wanted, like again, it's weird to us and that's fine. But if that's what they wanted, like who are we to tell you how to grieve? Like, I'm sure people see me like when I throw parties at, at the anniversary of my mom's, saying like, yo, what are you doing? You know, but I get that. Like, that's just, if you're not in it and you don't know our culture like that, then you won't understand it. So it is what it is.
Yep. Yeah, totally agree.
All right, my dude, before we get out of here, episode 103, Heat of the Week. So what do you want to let people know you were bumping over the weekend?
I probably would say my Heat of the Week. This one's a tough one. But I do think I was going to give it to Joyner Lucas. I just really like the Yay Not Crazy video. I thought it was just a nice change of pace from the shit I was used to hearing. And I really like this switch up in the video where they had Kanye's face or whatever.
At the end? And the beat change too, which was dope.
Yeah, the beat change, which was Kanye-like. I don't know. I just think we need more creativity like that in this space. I know some people have done shit like that before. I think T-Pain had a song where he mimicked like 5 different rappers' flows, like Jeezy and Rick Ross. A lot of rappers used to do that kind of shit in the past. I feel like just creative stuff, fun stuff.
Yeah, just like, dude, it doesn't have to be, which is why I think Tyler does so well, because it's different, so.
Yeah. So if we can get more of that, hopefully this will entice people or artists to kind of think outside the box. But to your point, if anything, it showed me how much money Joyner has, because this video was not low budget by any.
That shit was not low budget. That shit was not green screen. Like, fam, I feel like he was like literally at like the Wyoming ranch that Kanye owns, like when he wasn't there. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm like, this shit looks better than the actual Donda event.
Yo,
God damn.
Yeah, Joyner got money, bro. So shout out to him, bro. If anything at all, like that song proved to me, like, yo, maybe there is an independent route for us, and we don't, because shit, dude, like that guy is killing it. So that's a good one. I'll definitely add that one to the Apple Music playlist. You'll do the same, dude. For me, it's have to be off the Dreamville D-Day mixtape, which they dropped right before the Dreamville Festival, which looked amazing. So shout out to that whole crew, dude. I've been saying this on the pod since day one. Anything that Boz is on from Dreamville, it's gonna be my favorite song. I'm mad he only had 2 tracks on this entire project, which I agree with you that we spoke about offline. Had too many songs, bro. Like too many songs. Like there's like 4 or 5 like little freestyles. I'm like, we didn't need this. You know what I mean? Yeah. But again, it's not my job to judge the entire album right now. I want to give my flowers to Boz and Earth Gang. The song Jozzy Flows, Jozi, Josie, nice. Whatever. Josie Flows, dude, phenomenal. Boz lyrics are just, second to none. He's just so fun to listen to. So yeah, I might have to go to a Dreamville Fest just to see him if I can't catch him somewhere else. Because dude, he's just so fucking talented. Yeah, he's definitely one of my favorites in the group. Maybe or team or whatever they consider themselves. I feel like he has the most, I don't know, digestible like flow or something. Yeah, it's just easy. Like JID, for instance, is super talented, but it's also like super fast. Rapidy rap. Boz is kind of more like swaggy, but still lyrical, and just sounds really good over the beats. But also like worldly, like dude, like worldly? He's from like Sudan, grew up in Queens, New York, so he's swagged out from like that New York connection. Yeah, like he travels the world with like his DJ MoMA, like perform. Like, dude, I don't know, like there's just something like not like it's not to call me, but like when someone doesn't have an accent, so you just like kind of like just it's so like it's easy to digest, right? Because he doesn't come at you like a normal New York rapper. He doesn't sound like he's from the South. He doesn't sound like he's an LA. Like you just take him for what he's worth, And it's like, yo, you are fucking talented. Which I think sometimes, like, you know better than me being from LA, but sometimes for someone outside of LA, right, it's hard for me to digest LA rappers because like, dude, that hardcore slang is just so aggressive that I'm like, yo, like it just sounds like everything else. Like, maybe it's good, I don't know. Whereas with him, it's just like, bro, you just sound good, and I'm just gonna take it for what it's worth.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. It's hard for me to pinpoint what it was, but I think that was a good way to describe it. Definitely not generic, but I think what you were trying to say was, like he has that wide appeal with his voice and flow, and it's not like pigeonholed into, oh, this is some regular Atlanta shit or regular New York shit. It's like anyone can kind of appreciate it.
Yeah, like anyone can listen to Boz. Yo, I fuck with that. That means, because it's not because he sounds like this guy I know. So yeah, dude, Jazzy flows. Dude, I listened to the beginning. I repeated the beginning of that song like 5 times in the gym. I was like, bro, this guy spazzing on this. And I also knew he only had 2 songs the whole track. I was like, bro, they gotta give him like 4 or 5 songs next time. But I am excited. I think he keeps teasing he might drop an album at the end of the year. He has a song with Gunna dropping next week. So yeah, we definitely need that. But that was my Heat of the Week, bro. Anything else before we get out of here?
Nah, let's do it.
Want to give people an update on like the next song? How's that coming along?
Yeah, So the next song comes out, I want to say April 27th.
So soon. Nice.
Yeah, pretty soon. It's called Ruckus, featuring Rocky Fresh.
Nice.
One of my favorite artists, especially during, I don't know when specifically, but around like 2014, 2015. He's a former MMG artist, but I think he's been doing his own thing. But in any case, was super excited to like finally have a collaboration. I think that was kind of on my bucket list. I never really had a song with anyone else before. This one's probably one of my personal favorites.
Nice.
That I've done. So yeah, that's out in a few weeks.
The title's fucking dope too.
Yeah, appreciate it. I wrote it back in December when I was in LA, and then just was trying to figure out what visual I was going to put towards it. I think that's kind of like a tough thing, unless it's like super obvious. Like, I don't like the idea of having a very obvious visual, because then it comes across as kind of lazy or corny if it's just too blatant. But I think in this case, I'm excited to see what people think about this one. I got some good reactions when I posted like a snippet, I think a month or so ago. Like a lot of people really
on
liked
TikTok
that.
Or on IG?
On IG.
Nice.
Several people respond to it who normally don't engage with like most of my posts.
Got you. Nice, dude. How's the TikTok engagement been as you like mess around with that more and more?
It's tough. I haven't done it in a minute. Every now and then, like if I have an idea, I'll do it, but it's never been like a routine. Like my cousin who does Vince, who does the sunglasses, like he's on it every day because he just knows he needs, like that's where like all of his audience is gonna be. For me, I haven't really gotten traction. I know it's like a numbers game where you just have to keep pumping out videos over and over, and eventually the algorithm is gonna like pick you. But I guess the tricky thing is finding creative shit to do that's not going to suck up a ton of time, because a lot of the recommendations are like, you got to be on TikTok posting 3 times a day and shit. And I'm like, 1, you don't make money from it, and 2, you never really know exactly what's going to stick. So I just honestly haven't really had the time for it, but I know it works for a lot of people. It's just a matter of finding your niche, I guess, and making sure it doesn't suck up all your time.
Yeah. I can see that, bro. It's almost like it becomes like a job in itself. And if you do that on top of your normal job, then on top of this, then on top of making the music, finding the artwork, finding the producer, and then also making like other side hustles work. It's like, bro, like I don't have 29 hours today. You know what I mean?
Right. Like, that's why I've just kind of like been dabbling in and out just to like have a presence and whatnot. But I mean, sometimes it can be fun. I think TikTok, as much as people used to shit on it and still even shit on it, like the cool thing is you don't have to, unlike Instagram where it's super curated and you have to have the perfect lighting and all that, like TikTok, you definitely don't need to go that route. Like I think if anything, it might hurt you if it looks too curated. But at the same time, there is a clear formula. So I can't just go on there and be like, check out my new song out today. Like I have to fucking have a skit or something behind it to get people to want to see the song. And shout out Wes, by the way. He's been doing pretty good with that.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah, I was thinking about even like now, like if we went to like a merch plug on TikTok, like it would have to be the one like where like, you know, like it's a new hoodie coming at like on top of us like every second and it's changing. You know what I mean? Like
like shit like that like is what works well. But if we were to go on there and be like, check out our podcast and download our merch or buy our merch, like
4 views, no comments,
4 views,
no likes.
Yeah,
like,
nothing. Yeah, nothing at all.
Yeah, it's funny. I wonder like if the algorithm is just some like Asian dude who's like, nope. I like this. All right, cool. Nope.
I don't know. There's so many like theories. Like I think replay. I've heard like they'll basically send it out to, I don't know, let's say 100 people or 10 people or whoever, and if that small sample like replays your video a lot and like maybe shares it, then they'll pump it out to like the rest of the audience. And then some people are like, oh, it has to be this watch time and you have to use these hashtags. Some people are like, don't use hashtags. And I have no idea who's right, who's wrong. I think the only for sure thing is like, if you want to win on TikTok, you have to constantly just be posting nonstop.
Yeah, but 100%, dude, 100%. Whereas I think we maybe found a slight formula that works on YouTube, but that's also after trial and error. So yeah, but I agree with you, dude. Because I have a friend who's is heavy on TikTok, like posting videos. Fam, she literally puts a new video out. Like I want to say she puts maybe like 2 a day, and it's like like curated. Voice backups, makeup on, lighting, and I'm just like, yo, how do you have time for this? You know what I mean? Like, and does she have a pretty big platform on there? Like a lot of followers and stuff? Dude, like 300 followers. Like, what are you doing this for? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, but it's for like, if one of those pop, she could have like 15,000 in a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like,
that's what's wild about it.
So it's like, I'm not knocking her, but it's wild how like, I respect those people even more who like keep going, even though it's like, dude, like who are we even doing this for? You know what I mean? Like, why do I have this makeup on right now? Like,
right. Yeah, it's wild. But yeah, I think it's a dope platform. Like the cool thing about it is everyone you reach in most cases is new. So it's not even the followers, and like anybody can somehow make it to the For You page. I think the only downside is it's not as sticky as Instagram, where like you're on Instagram, if you follow someone, like you actually give a shit, whereas TikTok, it's like, oh, this thing was kind of funny, let me follow them, but they're not necessarily gonna be buying shit.
You move back. Like exactly. It's kind of like to bars is there like 1,000 fans, right? Like, you get that, like that's not, your TikTok, you could have like 7, I'm assuming, I don't know, but you could have like 17,000 followers, bro. Like 10 are loyal to you. You know what I mean? Like the rest are just there because you happen to pop up. Like, yeah, why not follow this? Yeah, that's exactly how it works. We'll need to figure out some sort of formula that works for us. Or just get like making the time for it. I really think the voice one, where like the subtitles are abundantly. I think that's going to be the one. Like that has to be the one, bro. Because I've seen a lot of those like flagrant and other people go viral. It's like, bro, this is just a podcast, but the way they present it with those visuals really just make it a little bit different. Yeah, 100%. Cool, bro. Always great catching up, my dude. Stay up. Let the people know where they can find us. Get out of here. Yes, sir. You can check us out at audio-theory.com. We have all the merch, Spotify and Apple Music playlists on there as well. New episode every week. Couple interviews in the works. For those who watched the last Johan Lennox interview, we got him coming on May 18th to chat about his new album. So excited about that. Otherwise, please like, comment, share, do everything you can to continue to spread the word. Otherwise, peace out. Peace out, bro. Love you, man. Love you too. Peace.